So game 1 is going to be a platinum versus. When did breakfast or breakfast? Yeah, when did breakfast hit diamond?
Oh, no idea. Good question. Don't know the answer.
You want to get bottom right?
So in the bottom right hand corner with the green drones, it's our Zoe player, and now Diamond, Breakfastgun.
And in the top left hand corner, his opponent, the purple Protoss Pieces from Psyx. He goes by the name of Ifiweresoup.
If I were a soup.
Yes, if I were soup, what kind of soup would you be?
If I were a soup, I would probably be. That's a hard question.
It's a hard question.
It's a hard question.
Nobody can really decide what kind of soup they would be. Because if you're a soup, you just kind of get made. Winter love. Anyway, we do have ourselves a PVZ here. And we do have our 17 hatch coming down here. Is that spawning for? No, 17 hatch for breakfast here. So,
Snoopy says he'd be chicken noodle soup.
He'd be a chicken noodle soup.
I think it'd be cream and tomato because I'm smooth.
And on the opposite side of the map, we do have If I Were Soup gonna fall off and take his natural expansion as well. So all in all, it looks like we're gonna have a bit of a macro game to start things off. I'm gonna send you to IRLE.
Oh, that probe just tucking around the right side there. I think we could see a proxy come in here from the Protoss player.
It looks like he might actually go for more like just a hatch block. He's gonna wait for that drone to get here and just block it real quick.
Cheesed to diamond, he says.
Just cheese to get the diamond. I remember how I got diamond. I held off like 3 baneling busts and just played a macro game. Man, these people over here cheesing their way to diamond.
I still haven't cracked the diamond barrier yet. Not quite.
It's tough getting into diamond, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I sat there for like 3 seasons, super close to getting diamond, and just continued to fall back down to plat 2, and then I finally managed to just push it over the ledge last season.
So Twilight Count's on the way here now for the Protoss player, and our Zerg has seen that with the Overlord there. So, what do you reckon? One gate, got an Adept out. Do you think we could see Glaives?
Well, he's got nothing else in the main base, so I would imagine he's going to go Glaives here. Which is kind of interesting considering just how much the Stalker is currently overlapping the Adept in like every matchup.
Yeah.
What if that's going to be for... Where's the Dark Shrine? Is there a Dark Shrine on the way yet? Yeah, there it is. Okay. So it looks like we're going to have DT drops. And do some Archon play.
I think there's somebody on the stream who likes Dark Shrines.
Dark Shrines? Who likes Dark Shrines? Nobody likes Dark Shrines.
Somebody likes Dark Shrines.
No way. Who loves Dark Shrines? But we do have a second gateway on the way. And a third. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Breakfast here is going to go ahead and take his third base. Up here to the north. Always a very standard positioning for Zergs. And nothing really out of ordinary. It's actually looking like a pretty standard game overall.
Yeah, so Robo has just finished up in the main for the Protoss player, and we do see a 4th gateway going down as well now. Dark Shrine about 3/4 of the way down, and yeah, there it is. There's the Warp Prism on its way out. And I don't think no, Zerg player hasn't spotted or scouted any of this yet.
Yeah, but he is getting his 4-minute safety spores, so he does have detection on the way. Except in his third base. I mean, his third base can get sniped here pretty easily. And no lair just yet.
I do like that skin. That's the Shakuris, isn't it? That 10+ skin. So we do see the Warp Prism moving out across the map now. So it did quite neatly fit in between those Overlords. It hasn't actually been scouted on the move out as of yet.
And that's one thing you do want to look at when you're playing Zerg is where you have your Overlord's position for certain things like this right here. It's amazing how when I'm playing like a TVZ, I always wind up seeing like an Overlord in the back corner of their base, yet in a PVZ, it's not there.
So we do have, okay, you forgot to warp in that one, so one extra DT coming in now. I'm going to go for these double Archons.
Pretty smart decision considering there is wars in the main and the natural right now. There's not one in the third, so maybe some DTs up into the third would actually do a little bit of damage up there, but
not really a lot in the on the Zerg side of the map to do with this. I mean, Zerglings are just going to melt underneath the splash damage of these Archons.
it does have +1 melee on the way, and he's getting double Evo, which means he was wanting to go into some kind of range upgrade or range tech by the looks of it.
Be careful with that Warp Prism there, those 4 Queens coming in now. He's got to get out of there.
Yeah, but I'd hate to see him lose it like he did last week. That was pretty depressing. He's trying to do this harass, and he lost it to a Spore Crawler.
I'd like to see like a split push here where he just sends a couple of DTs into the third. Does have to be careful. Does have to be careful. I mean, nothing really behind this here. I think he's really taking his focus off what's going on back home. No more units really being produced. In fact, no units at all being produced behind this.
Behind this, we do have another 4 gateways that were added on. Another Warp Prism in charge on the way. So he's going to want to kind of pressure this at like 2 different angles. Warping in some DTs. Imagine he's going to use these to DPS down a little bit, some of these lings. Is there a layer on the way? Layer is finally on the way for breakfast here.
I mean, there's absolutely no mining coming off of this gas right now. He hasn't expanded. Do you see another Warp Prism coming out now?
He's all in on this. I mean, this is literally, he's just going to dump everything into charge lots at this point.
Okay, so we do see a few more DTs coming down. I quite like that decision.
Yeah, as soon as charge finishes up, did he
needs to get more production in behind this, because at the minute he's just banking and banking his resources. That Warp Prism is going to go down to those Queens.
Or not.
Oh, he actually does just want to say that 1 HP.
1 HP to dream.
Unbelievable.
And Overseers do arrive to help get rid of these DTs. Now, the next time these Warp Prisms start to warp anything in, it should be a lot of charge lots if I'm reading this right, because he does have quite a few gateways on the way. It looks like he was actually supply blocks.
So, big warp in now here. Oh, a lot more of these Immortals coming in. And,
Immortals? What were these Immortals?
Archons, you know what I mean.
Hey man, these are some crazy Immortals, dude. They're like doing a funky rave over here. I think they're tripping on something, like...
Make them dance. Make them dance. Okay, so...
We do have a lane run by coming out for breakfast here, so I mean he is trying to get back across the map and do some damage, but this could actually catch Ifiweresoup off guard a little bit, considering his entire army is across the map and he just warped in with a round of zealots.
So I mean, he is going to move in now to the third there with these Immortal Archons.
Immortal Archons. Baneling's going to get cleaned up here. It's amazing just how many zealots it takes, or advantage it takes to kill a zealot.
Yeah. And, I'm coming down the ramp now just to... I think that's a miss rally from the Banelings. They're now running back across the map.
Probably F2. I mean, he is getting pressured here pretty hard, so he wants all his army back here to defend. I mean, considering he is morphing in another 11 Banelings, and there are 8 Hydras on the tab. I don't like that decision against the Hydras coming in here. Roaches are definitely what you want to have gone for to counter this a little bit better, because they don't take as much splash damage from these Archons. Whereas, like, Hydras are considered a light unit, and they will just get melted either way, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, the first few Hydras do get picked off here. If all the Banelings were wasted trying to kill off these Archons. But Ifiweresoup just going to continue to push forward here, and GG is going to get called out.
It's game number 1 to our Protoss player. 1-0 to Psystorm. No,
Gotta
No
prove your
favoritism at all.
gotta prove you're superior to the Winter Gaming Clan. Is that it?
So if you're just joining us, welcome to the stream, guys. We're just going to be catching up on some of the JSL games from this week, last week even.
Yeah, this is a week 5 recap, guys. So, what is it? 7 weeks? So we got 2 weeks left after this.
Yeah, and then straight to the round of 32, I believe.
Yeah, we're not casting that. Sorry.
So, in the top left-hand corner, currently 1-0 behind, with the green probes, is Breakfastgun.
And in the bottom right-hand corner, his opponent, the purple Protoss probes. He goes by the name of Ifiweresoup from SciX. So what do you think this time around? Bit more aggression for breakfast here? Or?
I mean, he did say in that last game that he got himself up to Diamond with a bit of cheese. I didn't see any cheese in that game, so maybe a bit of cheese coming out here this time from Breakfastgun.
I mean, he does go ahead and take a 17 hatch. I mean, there is a pretty heavy roach time that you can hit on 2 base. There's a really scary hole.
Nice early scout here from Ifiweresoup. He does see that hatchery, so he knows there's not going to be any very early aggression coming out from the Zerg player. Pool does go down.
Let's see if he tries for any kind of like pylon block on the 3rd. He's just going to position his probe down here by the looks of it for now and try to deny that 3rd base a little bit.
So fairly standard opening now for both players on either side. Nothing really to miss here.
In the meantime, I'm going to stare at this beautiful, beautiful dolphin shark. Hey, there we go. Nice, he's swimming. Always got to check in. He's my buddy, man. He's just always there and looks so happy. Cybernex cord is on the way. Going to help complete that wall off at the front.
Drones haven't been pulled out of the gas, so it doesn't look like he wants to go for any sort of early ling pressure or anything like that.
Where's this drone going? There's a drone that made its way across the map to Protoss' 3rd. He isn't going anywhere else from there. Is he going to proxy hatch?
I mean, he might too. I think it's, if he's going to, he's left it a little bit late.
He's
you see that first deck coming up there? I mean, that must have been a miss rally.
Yeah, miss rally. We do have a Twilight Council on the way, and this is really starting to look like a very similar build to what he pulled off last game, or if Ifiweresoup pulled off last game.
Yeah.
So
Twilight Council is just finishing up, so we should see a Dark Shrine coming down now behind this.
Dark Shrine and a Robo.
Oh, it's a Robo down in the main.
Do
we see the Dark Shrine as well?
Hey, bro, build a Dark Shrine. Nope. Tried, man. We do have a Bailing Nest follow-up here for Breakfastgun off of...
There it is, there's the Dark Shrine.
Okay, yeah, so he's looking to be a little more aggressive with the Bailing Bus here. Which is actually a really good decision considering there's only one pylon really walling this off and 2 Adepts at the front, which is going to have to force Ifiweresoup to really bring in some more gateways or something here sooner, or get Immortal out or Sentry just to, you know, force field off some of these Lings.
The Lings do reveal themselves there to those Adepts, but just dropping back and morphing into these Banelings, we are going to go for a bust on this front wall here. I don't think there's enough here to defend from our Protoss player.
The next 2 gateways just got started, Phoenix, so this is not going to be enough here to hold this.
And the pylon goes down.
And here comes the reinforcements. Going to clean up that last Adept.
Yeah. And are going to take down that Twilight Council as well. Maybe not. No? Okay, so they are going to rush up. Just try and get the rest of this economic damage done in the Protoss main.
Also
And
gonna
I think
empower
that
everything in
is
front.
all she wrote.
Yeah, it's gonna be all she wrote here, Phoenix. Especially, oh, he's trying to get some darts around. It's done. Defensive DTs do get warped in, but the economic damage is very real here.
Yeah, I mean, Protoss can definitely clean this up, but I think there's just too many lings coming in now. He's completely cut his drone production and just banging out masses and masses of lings.
Yeah, Dark Shrine is not going to be enough to help defend this. Hey! Put the probes in the warp prism! Save them! Nope.
And there we go, game number 2.
I was going to say, he just had a little bit too much damage done.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was a little bit too greedy there with the tech up. Not really getting those gateways down to defend against that inevitable pressure. I mean, with that probe that he had left up in the third, I would have thought he would have seen as well that there were no drones coming out and that he was going to go for that all in.
That does put us up to 1-1 in this series.
Both players on match point now in this best of 3, and another choice will be Catalyst. So here we go in the top left hand corner with the green drones currently tied up 1-1. It's Breakfastgun.
200 IQ. Interesting clan tag there. And in the bottom right hand corner, his opponent, also tied up 1-1. He goes by the name of Ifiweresoup. The purple probes. From Syax.
So, no Reapers this game, fortunately.
Oh man. Darn.
I think every match on this map we've cast so far between us has had at least one side with Reapers. I'm sure.
Bit of an interesting fact that you just remembered for some reason.
Yeah.
Anyway, Proby is going to make his way across the map here and get some scouting done. But now, about Catalyst, guys. Catalyst is a map I always have to point out the amount of rocks around the map. It's like, rocks here, rocks here, rocks here, rocks here, rocks here. It's just rocks everywhere. And these rocks do open up the map quite a bit and close some sections off, so... They do affect the flow of the game in some ways.
Well, no deviations here yet from either player. Just, yeah. Very standard openings. Protoss has successfully made its way all around the Zerg's main, and yep.
Once again, gonna park Probius back here.
Yeah.
Gonna park Probius in this corner and make sure he actually sees everything. I always enjoy throwing a pylon down like right next to a hatchery that was being built just to see how they react. You know, see if they pull like 3 or 4 drones to come down and stop it. It's always what makes it entertaining for me. Like, oh hey, you're not mining, so you're killing this pylon. Gotcha. Again, Twilight Council right at the front.
So I think the Overlord just missed that.
No, he's
probe
not.
sat in the back there.
I mean,
Yeah, he didn't see it. He didn't see it. And it is on the move now, so I think we might see. Okay, it's been seen now.
hey, it's a depth out of position here. These wings get in here in time. I might actually be able to slip in.
What's he gonna do? Okay. Kind of curious what he was going to do with that probe, but he just kind of suicided it right into that queen.
These adepts could have easily gotten in here, got a decent scout off. Or these lings anyway. We do have them poking out at the front here.
Yeah, it does need to be careful with the position of that adept. Obviously, that gap in the wall, those lings can get in and deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, as I was saying, the adept was out of position earlier, and had Breakfast actually committed with that, he might have actually got in here. Got a couple probes.
So he's going to push forward with one adept here. And I'm not sure I like this choice actually, because see, as most people do know, adepts do one-shot drones when there's two of them. But a single adept on its own, not really going to get a lot done with these queens here.
I actually kind of like this decision because it's a bit of a mind game to say, yeah, I got an adept over here. Because if you look back home, he's actually just going for the same exact build once again.
Yeah. I don't know, I think it was a bit wasteful for my liking.
I mean, he's already got two back up here in the gateway. Pulling things off. So he really, just getting a scout. Confirms that there's a third. One thing I don't like right now for Breakfast is the fact he doesn't have the Baneling nest. Because he's poking out here and easily can come over here and just do a lot more damage once again. I mean, he can easily just bust through that adept. Get in here and start doing some more damage with the Baneling bust. Because this is the same exact build he's already faced twice. Working on that gateway. The Link's trying to pick off that adept. Shield barrier is going to come in here if the adept does get taken out.
So, yeah, those other three gateways do finish up now, and hoping he's actually going to activate the warp gate on these and get some units in. They are warping in now. And, good little hold there, actually, just putting that shield back in. But oh no! How did he pull the adept out?
This is actually Phoenix. This is actually doing a good bit of damage here. He just took out the Cybernetic core, which means no stalkers, no adepts can come out here. Gonna have to pull the probes to defend this. I mean, he's not even warping in zealots. I mean, at least get something in here.
He was just too late in activating those warp gates. The gates finished up. He didn't warp them in on time, and I think if he'd just been like a little bit quicker, this would be very different. Very different now.
Yeah, once that Cybernetic core went down, though, all you have left is stalkers to defend. Well, Dark Shrine did finish up.
So we do have some insight from Skystorm Gaming's Lord of Terrans. He does say that when you're behind with Protoss, you should Dark Shrine. When you're ahead, you should Dark Shrine. When you're equal, you should Dark Shrine.
Hey, that's not funny, man. I lost to a guy the other day. Hasn't played since 1998, and all he did was build like a bunch of charge lots and then a bunch of DTs. And I'm like, what are you doing here? You should be able to afford this. And then I find a hidden base right next, like right down on my fourth. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, that comfortable feeling when I'm ahead.
I do. I remember a time actually when you lost to somebody playing DTs and charge lots. Who was that again? Do you remember?
I don't know. Maybe that guy named Phoenix.
I think you're right. I think
who
it was.
Clearly can't handle a Widow Mine drop, but
I think that was pre-patch, right?
Yeah, that was pre-patch.
Yeah. I'm not so bothered about Widow Mines now.
So, Ifiweresoup does stay in this game a little longer here. He's got some DTs on the map, but that tech was revealed. And we do have Spore Crawlers and Overseers already on the way.
Yeah, and I mean, he didn't lose a great amount of probes, considering how many Zerglings were in the base. It's still 21 probes mining minerals, although you probably should move some of these down to the natural there. Just for that extra bit of efficiency. He's not actually producing any more probes behind this.
More probes on one base means more mining, right?
But we do see this big move out now coming across the map from the Zerg by all these Lings, all these Hydralisks and Overlords as well. Just for good measure, they're going to look at the opponent with their eyes.
This should actually be it. Once of these Overseers do join up with this army, Zerg is going to be able to push right up this ramp, clean up the last of the DTs. I mean, there is a little bit of harassment going on in the main base.
I mean, he actually pulls back the whole army here just to deal with those two Archons. I'd think if he'd have actually pushed in, I think that would have been game over there. Protoss has achieved exactly what they wanted to achieve with these, and oh, that Warp Prism getting out with 3 HP there.
Question is, how much time did that actually buy him? He really hasn't started pumping out any kind of Immortal tech or any kind of Colossus tech behind that, so...
No, but he does have pro-production on the way again. Another Warp Prism is coming out, and yeah, neither player really... I mean, Zerg especially. Big bank building up here, not really spending their resources.
Zerg is going to move out once again here. There's still some Archons hanging out across the map.
Protoss is actually supply blocked here as well, so no chance that they're actually going to be able to warp in any defensive units. What he's got on the table is exactly what he's got to deal with.
We do have a Baneling Buzz coming in here.
No one going to build any more pylons? No? No? Okay.
Ah man, probes don't do that anymore. And here we go. The Hydra's going to get on top of these Dark Shrine, or Dark Templar, and clean them up while Banelings just roll right in here. A recall comes out here to try and bring an army back home to defend. The army supply being 78 to 22. Unless you plan on microing with that Warp Prism, you're just not going to be able to do anything here.
No. I mean, I think the only thing I don't know, I might have done differently there is... I mean, he had the minerals, he had the resources to warp in some more DTs defensively. He'd already taken out the Overseers. He could have actually cleaned that up.